wanted, as we begin this memorial time, you do a couple things for me. Just kind of get kind of quiet and start thinking about some of these people who are not here. This time next year, it may be us. You may be the one that's not here. But I looked for some deep theological truth that I could share with you before we go into the memorial service. And I found it by a guy named Tim McGraw, great theologian from Nashville. He said, I was in my early 40s with a lot of life before me. A moment came that stopped me on a dime. I spent most of the next days looking at the x-rays and talking about the options and about how much time. I asked the doctor, and when it sank in that this might really be the end, I asked myself, how'd it hit you when you get that kind of news? What did you do? He said, I went skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain climbing. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. I loved deeper and I spoke sweeter. And I gave forgiveness I'd been denied. He said, someday, I hope you get a chance to live like you're dying. He said, I was finally the husband, and most of the time I wasn't. Became a friend would like to have, and all of a sudden going fishing wasn't such an imposition. And I went 3 times that year that I lost my dad. I finally read the good book, and I took a long, hard look at what I could do if I did it all again. And I said, I went skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain climbing. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. I loved deeper and I spoke sweeter and gave forgiveness I'd been dying. Someday I hope you get the chance to live like you're dying. Like tomorrow was a gift. You've got eternity to think about what you do with it. What would you do with it? What would I do with it? Skydiving. Rocky Mountain climbing. 2.2 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. Loved deeper and I spoke sweeter and I watched an eagle and was flying. Someday I hope you get the chance to live like you're dying. Because the fact of the matter is, we are. The class of 1961 has lost 24 members since graduation. Carol Johnson died shortly after graduation. Carol's father was a professor at MSU, and she had 1 brother. Dennis Everett McCoy died 8/25/96. He was one of the earliest fathers and grandfathers in our class. He had 4 daughters and many grandchildren. They were all raised in Starkville. And after divorce, he moved to Tupelo where he passed away. James Vaughn died September 11th, 1998. James was the father of 2 sons who lived in Georgia. James was a high school teacher at Dakota, in Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Carolyn Bethune Kerr died January the 3rd, 1999 in Ocean Springs. She was 55. Carolyn and her husband Ray were parents of a daughter and 2 sons. Carol Fulgham Arnold died May 2002. At 58, Carol was an administrator of the Department of Corrections, lived in Newport for many years. She and Morris Arnold had 2 sons. James Perkins died in November of 2002. Linda K. Jeffries. Linda K. Jeffries died October the 20th, 2003 of complications from Hodgkin's disease. I love John Balfour. John played football at Starkville High School, ran track, graduated from state with a degree in physical education. Linda Wellington McReynolds, Neff, died at 59, 2003. Linda was survived by her husband and stepdaughter. Linda lived in Starkville most of her life. Bessie Joy Stevenson, Langston, died in Jackson, 2004. She was 60. She retired from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, served in Monticello, Mississippi at the Rural Development Office. Bessie's husband, Carlos Langston, was in the Army for 27 years. She was an Army wife. She had a daughter and a son and 2 grandsons. Bill Terrell died April 1st, 2004 in Tupelo. He was 60. Bill had served in the Navy, both active and reserve service. He worked at Hershey D in Southwire and Starkville. He died of leukemia. Nan Rather Watson died on 12/29/2006. Roger Jones died November the 5th, 2007 in Houston, Texas. He is retired from the petrochemical industry, survived by his daughter and his son of Houston. His brother William Carey Jones of Houston, and had 2 grandchildren. The reason we started this every year run, George Chesser, 66 years old, of Starkville, Mississippi, died at his residence November the 12th, 2008. George was a 1961 graduate of Starkville High School, where he was 4-year letterman for the Yellow Jackets, and named most valuable player his senior year. After attending Ole Miss and Delta State, he played running back and punter for the Miami Dolphins. In 1994, Chester was inducted to the Delta State Hall of Fame. He's survived by his wife Martha, his son Scott of Dallas, Texas, his daughter Tiffany of Columbus, and his grandson John. Pike Green died 2008. Lived in Huntsville, Alabama for 8 years until he died. He taught math, physics, and engineering at Tennessee Tech in Fruitville, Tennessee. Survived by his wife Tamara, his son Don and Jonathan. Patricia Roberts died May 29, 2009. She was married to George Roberts. They had 4 children. Later divorced. George died in 1960. Linda Tischer passed away July 29, 2009 after a long illness. Diagnosed with brain cancer in October 2007. Linda went through treatments at the oncology branch of health, and she was 65 years old, retired from the U.S. government. She was a loving grandmother to her 7 grandchildren, her husband Michael, her brother, her mother, her daughters Barbara and Emily, her son-in-law Rick, her brothers Robbie and Steve, and her sister Christine, and her 7 grandchildren. Margaret Ann Young Lockett, April 28, 2012, died after a 10-year ongoing battle with ovarian cancer. Survived by her husband of 47 years, James Lockett, 3 children, Becky, Chris, of Oak Grove, Mississippi, and Richmond, Mississippi. She had 6 grandchildren. After her marriage, she moved to Jackson, taught in several elementary schools in Jackson and at Mississippi College for the Blind for 33 years. She received her master's from Mississippi College and was recognized as Teacher of the Year in 2002. Truman Green. Died April 8, 2013. Survived by his wife Lonnie Green, daughter and son-in-law Karen and Dwayne Malcolm, Sherry Green, and his grandchildren. He was a member of Rockdale Baptist Church, graduate of Mississippi State University, a long-standing soccer and church league softball coach. British McReynolds passed away May the 31st, 2013 after a 2-year battle with cancer. Born in Starkville, graduated Mississippi State with a accounting degree. He worked for IBM in many places, but ending up in Knoxville. He lived in Lenore City, served as a deacon and elder and chaplain at Transport for Christ and Ministry for Truckers. He was married 46 years to Nell Oakley McReynolds. Father to 3 children, Mark and Karen and Ryan and Mary Robin McReynolds and Ashley and Brad Lay, 10 grandchildren. His gentle, loving spirit and strong Christian character will be missed by everyone. Virginia Anderson Brogdon, Mechanicsville, Virginia. Died March the 17th, 2016. She preceded her death by her dad, Arliss, and her mother, Sybil. Their brothers David and James. She was survived by her husband, her son, and her brother Larry Anderson of Tupelo. Great photographer. Lucy Collier Barwin died September 13, 2016 in Vicksburg. She was a teacher and media specialist for 38 years. She was the mother of Stephen and Mallory and the widow of Ray Barwin. She was also stepmother and grandmother to raise 3 children and 18 grandchildren. Lucy traveled extensively to Hawaii, the West Indies, Alaska, Panama Canal, Australia, and many United States. She was in the Red Hat. She was active in Salvation Army Auxiliary and the Sunday School teacher. She came every year to our class reunion. She helped with name tags, organizations, and set up last year's memorial service. Jimmy Whitaker died February the 27th, 2017 in Atlanta, Georgia. He was married 49 years to Carol Whitaker. Jim leaves behind his twin, Gene, and 2 brothers. He's a Navy veteran, retired purchasing director, retired on disability 2003 due to cancer. 17 years survivor. He worked in the church with ministry goals. I just throw in here, you should have seen the children who came to his funeral, he had raised them in the nursery of the church. Kind of stunning. His computer skills allowed him to help many people. He had a great sense of humor and called old members, class members to catch up. We missed him. He absolutely loved class reunion. Jimmy Rigdon, July 2017. He got this from his sister who said he would not have an obituary in the newspaper. Their local paper quit putting it in the paper. Jim didn't know many people here. He joined the Army right out of high school and was stationed most of the time in Germany. He lived in Kosciuszko, lived in Memphis after graduating from Mississippi State, and was the manager for Shoney's there until he retired. His best friend was Welver Cole. They stayed friends until Welvin died 5 years ago. He wanted his ashes spread in Missouri. Missouri is where he was born. He never had children and was divorced twice. I think Jim Whitaker is a good example of what I'm trying to communicate tonight, and we're going to laugh and have fun the rest of the time. But when they told him he wasn't going to make it, he called me on the phone and he said, I wanted so bad to come to the reunion. That was my family. That's where all my friends were. And I'll just be honest with you, I want to make it to this reunion. And he didn't. Live like you're dying. Because you are. Would you bow your heads with me for just a moment of silence? Think about one of your classmates, the memories you have with them. Thank God for their life. I know it's corny, Lord, but this is a special class. There's so many memories we shared with each other, so many things we did that were exciting and fun, whether it be a senior play or state championship in basketball or a band with all Superior dressed in the wrong color. That's a great run, and we thank you for it. Close our eyes, hear autumn leaves and homecoming. Close our eyes and remember a snowy trip back from Amory in the snow. Close our eyes and remember laughing with folks we hunted with. We thank you for all of it. And ask us to learn from those who've gone on. Help us spend our time preparing when they'll read our name in one of these things. Thank you for loving us, and thank you for this class and what it means to all of us. In Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Don't forget to pay. Don't forget to sign the sign. If you were not here last night during our class, John would like to get a picture. You can go with the picture we took last night. And if you forgot whether you were here last night, ask somebody around you. For example, Janice wasn't here, but he doesn't remember he wasn't here. He's coming.
Here he is.
Coming now. All right, chicken people, go first. Enjoy your food, enjoy your fellowship. We'll get back together after.
Chicken people.